Hey everyone, we're going to be talking about deer heads in your living room.
Deer heads in your living room. And also, you ever invite one of your friends to live with you only to find out they're a hoarder and then want to kick them out?
No, we're going to be talking about that and more coming up. Stay tuned.
You're listening to Bro Down Podcast all fucking day. Oh, yeah.
Hey everybody, welcome back to the Bird Down Podcast. I'm Tim Fulton.
I'm Ann Smith.
And this is Dear Bros.
Dear Bros.
Dear Bros is a little segment where we rip off advice columns and we give our little own bro advice to these people.
Yes, sir.
I am up first, and we're going to be talking about For Dear's Sake.
Okay. Interesting.
I thought you might have a lot of input on this one.
Oh, boy. Oh, boy.
So the actual title is called Mom Opposes Plan to Decorate with Deer Head.
Okay.
Dear Abby, my daughter just informed me that she will be hanging a deer head in their living room. Her live-in boyfriend loves to hunt, and she is doing this for him. Just thinking about it makes me physically ill. My thoughts turn to a dying animal who is suffering. My husband and I gave my daughter $12,000 to buy this home. I want her to rethink her decision based on the fact that this disturbs me. Not that I'm trying to push her around because we gave her this money. I know she will take it personally and be upset. Help! Uneasy in Oregon. Go. Before I unleash Andy, I'm going to say we are biased. We come from a unique part of New Jersey where hunting is rampant.
Rampant. It's not a disease.
There's so many murder. All right.
I want to know if she eats meat.
That was my first thought, too.
I want to know if she eats meat. Second of all, if you're hunting ethically, the animal should not be suffering very much.
I agree with both those statements.
Second of all, I would bet on the house that deer, in particular, since they're a prey animal, when they die in the wild, it's way worse than a bullet. It's either starving to death, it's either you're getting chased down by a bunch of dogs, ripping you to pieces.
I regret asking you this because you always get so extreme.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
Let's talk about deer heads in the living room.
If you had
They're being ripped apart
I'm just saying.
by dogs.
I'm just
Do you
saying.
know how painful it is
Shout
to
out to
lose your
nature.
leg? They're not working out. They don't even know how to fight.
Oh, they do. They can fuck a regular dog up. But
Bucks, yeah.
yeah, shout out to Nature's Metal for just like putting it out there all the time.
I want to get rid of that, by the way.
Oh yeah,
I'll be scrolling Instagram and be like, oh, cute.
It'll ruin your
cute.
day.
Oh, cute. Oh, no.
It'll ruin your day. Those guys are awesome. But yeah, it's
I hate it.
yeah. First of all, why does it make you physically? I get like hunting isn't for everybody and all that, but it's a deer head.
It's not like they have a bloody carcass in their living
Yeah,
room.
I mean,
And what's funny is that she says, I gave my daughter $12,000 to buy this home. I want her to rethink the decision to decorate her own home the way she wants to because it upsets me. But it's not about the money.
yeah. The thing is with this is
What?
this lady seems very controlling.
Oh, yeah.
So it's like, oh, I gave you $1,200. I don't like the color of your carpet. Change it. Makes me sick. Give me my $12,000 back. Just. She wants her boyfriend's into hunting. He shot a deer. He wants to be like, oh, look at the deer I shot. It's a fucking we ate this meat, and that's it.
Yeah.
Personally, if I had the choice, I'd rather get food from somebody that hunted it than get it from a factory farm. Now, because I don't have time or the inclination or practice to hunting, I don't hunt, but I'm not opposed to it in any way, shape, or form as long as it's done ethically.
Yeah, I agree with all that.
Yeah, this lady's got to pump her brakes. The fact that she's saying like, well, my daughter's going to take it. Like, of course she's going to take offense to it. You're telling her what to do with her new house.
Her house.
You gave her $12,000 to buy the house, which is very nice of you. But
Yeah.
Did you give it to her as like there's no strings attached? It's like, oh, I have to look at this deer head. I'm going to get physically ill. Like, I just want to know what her specific problem with the deer head is.
I mean, it's probably just like...
Because if she was vegan, I'm sure we would have heard about it. I'm sure this whole thing would have been littered. with vegan stuff.
Even if she was a vegetarian, I'm sure it would have come up as like at some point like, oh, clearly like this would upset me, blah blah blah.
Yeah.
But you know what? The $12,000 shouldn't matter, because if you give somebody a gift, whether or not it's your daughter or for whatever reason, it's a gift.
Seems manipulative.
Yeah, there is no strings attached when there is a gift. That's the point of a gift. You give a gift because that is what it is. Granted, it is a hell of a gift. Like, fantastic.
I think, yeah.
It's a gift.
Yeah, I think also, too, she says, my thoughts turn to a dying animal who is suffering. Again, do you get that way when people eat meat in front of you? No, I get it. Like, it's not like they're showing a picture of the bullet hitting the deer in the neck and it's like crying out. It's a majestic, like they don't make like funky deer head posters or stuff, taxidermy, whatever the fuck you want to call it.
What's funny is that like we just had this conversation the other day about getting upset when people create arguments in their head or they imagine things in their head.
Everyone does it.
Because I immediately did it. Because I can see this woman going to McDonald's, and my thought immediately goes to like the hordes of chickens that are in cages, like just
which is way more brutal.
Way more brutal.
Way more brutal.
Way.
I mean, if you had the choice of, it's like, okay, you're gonna live in a cage every day. You can move from here to here, or you can live outside, and like something might get you, but you're free. I don't know what animals would choose, but I would rather choose. I mean, think about it: getting eaten alive. Like, animals don't give a fuck if you're dead when they kill you. Cats will. Cats will kill you before they eat you. But very few other things will do that. Birds of prey might do it. Bears, they just start. Dogs, they'll just start. Everything just starts eating you. They're not like, hey, bro, you just going to peacefully go into the dark lands? No. There's none of that.
You are so dark.
I'm just saying.
All right, so
people have a detachment from reality, and that's a detachment.
Yeah, it is. So what is your advice to this woman? This woman,
My-
not the daughter, not the son-in-law.
My advice to this woman would be to, in all honesty, to educate herself and talk to somebody who's been a lifelong ethical hunter.
Okay.
And just maybe get some more, like, it's not just like, I mean, granted, there are hunters out there who are quote unquote like douchey. So, but that's a rarity in my opinion.
Yeah, I agree.
So I would say, like, if she just took the time to realize what that represented, it's not like this marauder guy going around just trying to slay deers and throwing the carcasses in the river and mounting the deer head on the wall.
Throwing machetes.
Yeah, just to be like, oh, this is just one of 500 that's on my list. Just talk to him, get it out, and have an open mind. Don't just be like, I'm married to this idea. This means that you're a fucking piece of shit. Like, don't let a deer head become this giant thing because your daughter is just starting to move in with this guy. Like, this is a really stupid thing that's going to start a giant
fight,
like, wedge.
Yeah.
And it's because she's going to bring up the $12,000. That's going to be the bigger issue, is that you're bringing up the $12,000 you gave me for the house because of a fucking deer head, because they're not going to think it's that big of a deal because the boyfriend hunts.
Yeah, I agree with you wholeheartedly. Their immediate thought is, if she's doing this now, what else is she going to do this with?
Exactly, which is going to make them more reluctant to want to have her over. Reluctant.
It's going to be
she should just start at open conversation with it. Like, what's with the deer head? What is that all about? And blah, 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 blah,
Yeah. All right, I'm genuinely curious what Abby has to say about this.
Okay.
Dear Uneasy, I think we both know your daughter is an adult and entitled to make the decision without worrying that her fella's hobby bothers you. We don't have to like it or approve, because what's upsetting you is the idea that the deer suffered. Ask your daughter or him how many shots it took to take the creature down. If it was more than one, you might be happier entertaining them in your home. That was weird.
I think she's saying that if she confirms that the animal didn't suffer, she might have an easier time looking at it.
See, that's difficult, though, because a lot of deer don't go down immediately.
No, but a lot of times you don't shoot them twice either.
No, I agree with that, too. But, like, if she hears, oh, it took one shot, but he ran for a quarter mile.
But a lot of times that's the adrenaline. That's just the time it takes for something.
No. I understand that.
Yeah.
What I'm saying is she might not.
Yeah. A lot of times it just takes a couple minutes for the body to go through the process.
Yeah.
And a lot of times, sometimes when you shoot them, they don't even know what happened.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, and then all of a sudden they'll just fall down. But if the daughter knows, like, she's already uneasy about this, it might just be like, hey, if you tell my mom that you shot the deer, if the deer ran or whatever, just leave that part out or something. Not lie to her, but you don't have to go into the, like,
detail.
Yeah, it jumped off a cliff. You ever see Lion King, Mufasa? It was just like that.
No, it took one shot. Hit an artery, though. Yeah. There was fucking...
Well, that's what you want to do.
I know.
Yeah, you don't want to wing it. The whole clip. Magazine.
All right, so, Andy, you are...
Don't exit out.
What the fuck are you doing?
Okay. So, mine's labeled for the Horde.
Go for it.
Okay. Last month, I found out a friend of mine was going to be living out of his van. I couldn't let him do that, so I offered him my second bedroom, and I put him on the lease.
Wow.
Strong moves being made. He told me Uber doesn't pay much, and he couldn't afford half of the $1,700 a month rent. So he agreed he would pay what he could, roughly $200 to $300 of the $1,700. I said it was okay because I didn't take him for money. I didn't take it for money for money purposes. I did it to help a friend in need, and I had a spare space. I quickly found out that he's a hoarder. His entire bedroom was full of his boxes of stuff. What is that? Manga, anime, books, etc. Not furniture or TV. So much so that he's been sleeping on my living room couch. He also spends all his time at home and Ubered only last 2 days of the month to make the $200 to pay me. I guess my question is, our agreement was for $200 to $300 a month, which he paid, but does finding out he works only 2 days a month make it okay to change our agreement? Took a lost puppy in Hawaii. In Hawaii?
Holy shit.
Okay.
I wasn't expecting that last part.
Okay.
So, mistake number one. Why'd you put him on your lease? I understand and fully respect the taking a friend in when he's in need. That's like a class A dude, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Like, holy class. Like, fantastic. Why'd you put him on your lease? That makes no sense.
Maybe the laws are different in Hawaii. Maybe for somebody to move in and live permanently, you have to be on the lease.
Oh, and it might not even be a law. It might just be like a rule.
Maybe the agreement, the lease agreement says.
Okay, so we'll work with the benefit of the doubt there.
Yeah, I had this first knee-jerk reaction was, why would you put him on the lease?
Yeah. Okay, so we'll give him the benefit of the doubt there.
It's like you let you borrow your car, but you put him on the insurance.
Yeah. So if the guy, I'm gonna scroll up real fast because I want to say. So clearly, this guy's having some sort of issue. If a guy can only get up out of the couch what this guy needs most is some hard loving.
Yeah,
some brutal loving.
I think what this guy needs is a long look in the mirror and some honesty from his friend.
Yeah, that was my point. That's what I was getting
at. Yeah, because here's the thing. You're out on your ass, right? I don't know, but I'm going to guess. I'm going to guess he's out on his ass maybe because he fell in hard times, or maybe because he's lazy and he doesn't like to work. And he couldn't pay off because he didn't want to work. Because, listen, if you're down and out and all this stuff, if one of your friends is nice enough to take you in and you're showing like the bare minimum effort to try to be thankful to that,
yeah,
by not only like you have the whole room in there and you had a month. So repack it, make it smaller, go fucking work another couple shifts and get a storage unit if you have too much shit for this. You're taking over the guy's house so much that now you're sleeping on the couch. So now you're sleeping in the common space.
Yeah.
Not only that, he's doing the bare minimum and he's clearly not giving a shit what the perception is of what he's doing. And he hasn't been like, listen, dude, I work for Uber, but I'm looking for a job. Like, I'm looking for a job. So I think he needs to just tell him, like, listen, dude, I get it. Like, you're going through whatever, but I need you to find a job.
I need you to shape up.
Yeah.
It's not even about the money thing, right? Because he basically said, point blank, like he's taking $200 to $300 a month. That's nothing.
No.
I mean, it's not nothing, but it's nothing. The guy needs a slap in the face and say, look, you took the first step as a good friend and you helped him not literally become homeless.
Yeah.
Fantastic. You need to take the next step and slap him in the face and say, you need to get your act together. You need to get your act together. You have to.
He's got
not
a van.
for my sake, but to be a normal human being.
Yeah. First move, he's got a van. Put your shit in your van.
Yeah.
Shit that you're not using, put it in your van. Sleep in the own fucking bedroom. Stop taking up the common space because that's setting a bad precedent and it looks like you're being very rude.
Yeah.
Second of all, the friend needs to basically say, listen, dude, you're going through hard shit, whatever, but by you not doing anything, it's very disrespectful. It's not just disrespectful in a general sense. As my friend, you're basically looks like you're taking advantage. I don't want to believe that. I'm giving you benefit of the doubt, but you got to do something because I'm going to start feeling like you are taking advantage of me, and I don't want to do that. I want to see you get back on your feet, but you got to help yourself, dude.
You know, I'm going to give, like, we keep saying benefit of the doubt, so I don't want to say it again, but I'm going to say it again. I'm going to give the benefit of the doubt to the friend here and say, even though he's not doing as much as he can, a lot of times when people are, like, down on their luck, they find it incredibly hard to pick themselves back up. You know what I mean? Like, it's not just a matter of it's not a matter of opportunity. It's a matter of, like, willpower. Once you're, like, so far fucking down, it becomes very difficult to physically lift yourself back up, even if it's there. But that's why he needs the slap in the face.
Yeah.
It goes a long way to have someone say, go to work.
Yes.
You know what? Don't even say you have to pay me more. Say to live here, you have to go out and Uber twice a week.
Yeah.
That would be 4 times as much as he already has been.
Yeah. And also, too, I look at it like this. It's when you're in a shitty spot, it's easier to treat yourself like shit than it is other people. And the fact that he's treating his friend like shit is not good.
Yeah, I agree with that. That's a good point.
Because you can fucking, wake up and just go and drink your breakfast every day. But if that is starting to basically be like, if I do that, that's making my friend suffer, that's when you're more of a piece of shit.
Yeah, I
And
agree.
that's when most people are like, you know what? Like, I wouldn't do it for myself, but because I'm doing it because of somebody else that I'm friends with, I'm gonna step up and just do this bare minimum. And that's not a good thing that he's not doing that.
Yeah, I agree with that wholeheartedly.
Yeah, so I think that he should give him, like, listen, dude, you got to shape up. We're going to take this month by month. And if you don't do it, you don't come through, you're done. And I'm doing this out of your best interest. That's the bottom line.
Yeah, you know what? If he has to be treated like a child for a little bit, I mean, that's weird that you're in that position now, but you took him in, so you're kind of stuck.
Mm-hmm.
And he's on the lease, so it is what it is. Treat him like a child for a little bit. Tell him you're going to work today.
Yeah.
Do whatever you have to do. All right,
but it can't be constant harping. So, okay.
Yeah, you do have to draw the line.
Yeah.
I agree.
May I point out that when you took this puppy in, it wasn't to be it wasn't so he'd be sleeping on your couch, but in the spare room, ? He shouldn't be using your living room or your couch for sleeping. Exactly. Because you put this freeloader on the lease, for what reason I can't fathom. You may need an attorney to get him out of there. Rather than working 2 days a month to pay that minuscule amount of rent, he should be driving enough hours to accumulate a down payment on his own place. To say thank you for your kindness that he's been taking advantage of is an understatement.
Yeah.
So she went, like, full divorcee mode. She was like, get this piece of shit out of your house.
I want him out of my house. I mean, your house.
Yeah. Yeah, she ain't wrong.
No, she's not. She's not.
She ain't wrong.
I have, I think, a little bit more sympathy for, I can speak English real good. Sympathy for the guy, but everyone's still right. He needs to slap in the face.
Yeah.
All right. Any last thoughts?
No. I think we're good. I think we hit it all.
Okay. Bye. Just kidding. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our videos. Hit the little bell notification if you're currently seeing this on YouTube. If you're not seeing this on YouTube, we're also available in podcast land. Take us around with you on your trips. We're available on Anchor.fm and also all the popular ones. Spotify, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts. We're actually also available on Alexa. I don't even know how that's possible, but figure it out.
Yeah. I don't know how to do it either.
If you figure out how to do it, leave
I
a
watch
comment down
these.
below.
I watch these live, so I
yeah.
never have to look them up.
It's unfortunate.
Yeah.
We'll catch you guys next time.
You're listening to Bro Down Podcast all fucking day.